In this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the best ad networks for bloggers and niche site owners. I've personally used most of these networks on my own site, so I'll just share my experience with you. And whether you create content with AI or whether you create content manually, this video will help you figure out where to start. Also, if you are new on my channel, I want to invite you to my private community called Pin Lions. You can get access to all of the prompts, all of the systems, and all of the custom tools that I created for myself and for the members of the community. I can also have a look on your site and your Pinterest account to tell you what you can potentially do better. So basically, you can get access to the same strategies and the same tools that I'm currently using to grow my Pinterest accounts. And to show you some results, here are the screenshots from my stats. Account number 1, last Saturday, 2,000 outbound clicks. Account number 2, 1.7k outbound clicks. Account number 3, 1.6k outbound clicks. And I don't want to brag or anything, but it seems that these strategies are simply working and it's nothing complicated. So if you want to get access to all of that, join Pin Lions today. The link is in the description. Okay, let's go back to the video and let's talk about Google AdSense. This is probably one of the most popular ad networks in the world. Your site needs to be high quality to be accepted, but the process is straightforward and the setup is actually easy. Now, I know that AdSense has a bad reputation because some people say that the RPMs are not that good, and it's actually true. They are not going to be the highest RPMs that you can get, especially if you compare it with premium networks like Mediavine. But at the same time, it depends heavily on your niche, on your traffic, so there are a lot of factors that actually can impact your earnings. So for example, I've been using AdSense recently on one of my sites that gets lots of Pinterest traffic, usually from the US. And that site, this is Polish currency, but that's around $700 in a single month. So it's not bad at all. It just proves that you can make money with AdSense if you can drive high volume of traffic from high tier countries like US, Canada, or the UK. The biggest downside of Google AdSense was actually the fact that they were putting a lot of ads on my site. So that definitely hurt the user experience and it made the site slower. But again, you can make money with AdSense, no problem. The next popular option is Ezoic. It's one of the most beginner-friendly ad networks for bloggers, especially if you are working with AI-generated content. They accept AI content, it's not a problem as long as the content is high quality. Here you can see some recent earnings from my sites. The RPMs, from what I've seen, are on the lower side, usually between $10 to $15 for US traffic, which is not ideal. But again, the earnings depend on your niche, on your traffic, on the average session duration. So there are a lot of different factors that can impact your earnings. Although I'm not a huge fan of Ezoic, well, $30 per day is a pretty good result. So I think I'm going to stay with them on these specific sites. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the details of Ezoic, but they offer a lot of extras and a lot of customization options. So if you want to play around to optimize your site speed and the earnings, well, you can do it on your own. But like I said before, they accept AI generated content, which is very important, especially for those who are watching my channel, because mostly we are talking about AI. If you are at the stage where you just want something to monetize your traffic with, well, Ezoic is the greatest option out there. Of course, I also have to talk about Journey by Mediavine, which used to be one of my favorite ad networks, but things have changed recently. It sounds incredible on paper because you only need 1,000 page views per month, and you can get access to Mediavine's ad tech, which has a reputation for very high RPMs. But the problem is that in 2025, recently, they've become extremely cautious about AI content. So if you rely on AI for your blog, there is a risk that they will just reject your application. And even if you get accepted, they can actually remove your site without any warning. And it actually happened to one of my sites a few months ago. So even though the RPMs on Journey are very high, well, the unpredictability makes it very risky if your site is 100% AI generated. If you are like me and you want to scale sites very fast with the help of AI, well, Journey by Mediavine may not be for you. Another ad network that I have to mention is Monumetric. One of my sites was actually accepted recently to Monumetric, but it's still very early, so I can't say anything about earnings yet. And most importantly, they accept AI content as long as it's high quality, which is very good. The application process is more hands-on than AdSense or Ezoic, because once they approve your application, you will have to pay a $99 one-time fee, because Monumetric's team will have to manually install ads on your site. So I know that it's pretty unusual, but you just have to pay this fee to activate the ads on your site. And are the earnings better than on Ezoic or AdSense? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna find out in the next couple of weeks. And I have to mention that the customer service on Monumetric is very good. Whenever you have any kind of questions or problems, they are very responsive and they will help you with basically everything. Lastly, I have to talk about Raptive Rise, which is the entry-level program for Raptive, which is one of the most respected ad networks, premium ad networks in the industry. The entry bar is much higher here because you need 50k page views per month. Personally, I never used Raptive Rise before, but I think it's only a matter of time before I apply and get accepted. But at the same time, I've heard that just like Journey, they don't like AI content that much. So if your site has a lot of articles that are obviously AI generated, well, you are very likely to get rejected. If you are in the early stages of monetizing your blog and you don't know which ad network you should actually choose, well, you should definitely start with either AdSense or Ezoic. They are probably the easiest to get into and they will allow you to start monetizing immediately, even if you don't have that much traffic. You can also try getting into Journey by Mediavine, but you have to be aware that they don't like AI content. And once you are past 10k page views per month, you can also try with Monumetric. And once you manage to scale your traffic and you are getting more than 50k page views per month, well, you can try with Raptive Rise or Mediavine. You can always just submit the application and see how it goes. The main takeaway from this video is that your ad network is just a part of the whole process, and the real key to higher earnings is traffic volume, because the more traffic you have, then even with lower paying ad networks, just like Ezoic or AdSense, you can still make a lot of money. And of course, if you want to learn how I build traffic with Pinterest, if you want to get access to all of my custom tools, prompts and workflows, well, you can join Pin Lions. The link is in the description. We have nearly 70 members already and everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone is growing on Pinterest. Some people are getting fantastic results already. I created this community for people who are actually serious about growing on Pinterest. So if you are not sure, if you are not convinced if it's actually going to work, well, maybe don't join Pin Lions, because this community is only for those who actually want to grow and learn. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this quick video was helpful, and if it was, consider subscribing to this channel. See you next time.